Morning everyone, welcome back to another video on the Brompton B75. I'd just like to share with you what we have done, where we've got to, and in this guise I think we've now completed what was my objective of what I wanted to do with the Brompton. I'll just come and bring you in. So last time we talked, we were talking about the gear shifter. I now fitted my bell, and for this quite cool retro looking type of affair, and I think I've got as far as I probably want to go. The only what I would like is I'd like us to be seen by light, but a silver finish. So if anybody knows of us to be seen by light in a silver finish, please would you let me know. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it's a stylish throwback to 1975. And in essence, that's what the Brompton B75 is. It's to mark Andrew Rich's start of pen on paper, bending metal in his bedroom, or in his dining room of his flat in Brompton, opposite the Brompton Oratory in London. So this is where I've got to. The beautiful thing about our Bromptons is essentially it's a Meccano kit. For boys it's a Meccano kit. For you girls, you ladies, it's a Cindy doll with all the entourage that comes with it, because as a Brompton, as a bicycle, as an accompaniment in life, it oozes style, it oozes individuality. You can do so much to these things. You can change things, you can alter things, and not for a lot of money. People talk about how expensive a Brompton is. The Brompton A-line is still £950. I think that's an unbelievable value for money when you consider the way Bromptons have gone up, the other units have gone up very recently. The B75 I think is the first of harking back to the days of basic functionality, and I'm going to just take you through what I've changed. You've seen the videos, I'll just take you through again, and also I'll show you the different guises this can be as the seasons change. So you know I've changed from the standard Brompton handlebars for the mid-rise Joseph Cusack bars. For me, it oozes style. It just creates a bike with sleeker looks. It's a very similar riding position to the Brompton bicycle with the S handlebar. Probably a bit too low for some people, but when you've got a stripped down Brompton with no mud guards on, the aesthetics are really pleasing. One of the first jobs I did was to remove the original Brompton brake levers. Nothing intrinsically wrong with them, work perfectly well. They were used on previous editions of the Brompton, and probably are more in keeping, well they're not in keeping to the 1975, because the Brompton from 1975 had totally different brake levers. The reason I changed these is, if you look at the mounting for this brake lever, look at the mounting on the original B75 brake lever, and the position of it clamps in the same place. You have little room or less room to put the handlebar grip, so you struggle to get a grip that's long enough, especially when you're using it on the original Brompton M bar. These are Brompton current model Brompton grips, and they certainly fit on there nicely. So that was the first upgrade. These brake levers are the ones that were fitted to the previous to 2017 edition of Brompton. They don't have the bell mounting, they don't have the gear shifter mounting, but as an aesthetically pleasing with a degree of style, I think they're really quite nice. The next move was to take off the rabbit ear gear shifter, which I haven't got out on the table, for the Sturmey Archer. I did ask you guys about this. I was looking at these. For me, that's giving it a cleaner, smoother retro look. Yes, it could be a bit black, it could be a bit plasticky, but it's harking back to the Sturmey Archer, the retro, the hub gear. We've all had hub gear bikes in our lives. Hub gear bikes have been around since the 1930s, and we're still making hub gear bikes. Sturmey Archer hub gear bikes, no less. The plastic bell. This is the bell that came on the B75, and it's actually, as the bell goes, it's pretty good. It's just that it's black and plastic and chunky. I found this on Marketplace. Seems to do the job. Aesthetically, it looks the part. It's got this like this metallic-y silver finish, which does sort of blend in with the bars and the brake lever there. It does sort of blend in with the, this looks like a satin stainless steel finish on the Sturmey Archer. So that's sort of cockpit, shall we call it. Handlebars, brake levers, gear changer, bell, and grips from the later model. There's not much else we can change there, is there? Like I said in the previous video, the gear cable, the brake cables are what came on the bike new. The gear cable, I'm just thinking what I said there, maybe they didn't, maybe I did cut new ones. These are the same length as came on the bike, because they're the outer is, look, I've used the inners here, I've used the same outer, so the outer cable is the same as came on the B75. This gear cable is the same length exactly, but because it has a Sturmey Archer trigger, it has a different ferrule which locates the cable into the mechanism. That's very important when you fit in Sturmey Archer. You've seen the double crank set on the last video, I think that might have been. That's on purely because it does change the ratios. I like to ride the Sturmey Archer hub in second gear, and sometimes on the 44-15 it's too low geared, and sometimes it's okay. Generally it's okay, but I like to go up the hills as well. So I've got a second gear, a variation of 2, and I need a very low gear for some of the hills I ride, and the 39-15 just does knock it down significantly. But if it's in the 44 in third gear, it flies along quite merrily, as fast as I ever need to go. I did remove the reflector and fit a light here for safety that flashes. I think anything you can do to be seen at night is a bonus. Obviously the B75 came without the pump. Well, I put the Brompton pump on it. I didn't buy that, I'd got one of those kicking about because I don't particularly like them. You've seen the kickstand. Many people say, why do you need a kickstand on a Brompton? Well, people never say, is that a unicycle, when I'm sat having my cheese toast outside a cafe with a cappuccino. Here's the reflector that comes with a Brompton. Right off. I've got the mud guards. They can go back on for the winter. I've got one of these Q racks. It's had this on and off. It's simply fits on the back of the bike. It's a 5-minute job. You have to undo the brake. It's a 5-minute job to install that. It gives it more stability when you're in town, because when it's folded, that stops your bike falling over. But I do like the aesthetics of the bike without it. Here's the original Brompton crank arms with Brompton pedals, including the folding pedal. The B75 does come with plastic pedals. Plastic. Take them off. I mean, these are plastic as well. I don't particularly like plastic. So I've got myself what I believe is a nice retro-esque, harking back to the Brompton early days. Brompton have produced something last year. They produced their version of a limited edition back to the original Brompton, and they made, it was for the millionth Brompton, if you remember that. They made probably 1,000 of them in 3 different colours. Whether they made 1,000 of each colour, I can't remember. Pink, gorgeous pink for the ladies, and a blue, and probably, was it a green? I can't remember. Certainly the pink is gorgeous for the ladies. I believe that makes every lady who rides a pink Brompton a target for thieves, because there's so few about. That's just my theory on that. But retro, or retro-esque, Brompton B75, 1975, Andrew Ritchie, in his bedroom, in his apartment, or his flat, in 1975, with his drawings, bending metal, filing metal, grazing it, cutting it, chopping it, chucking it in the bin or starting again. No doubt he didn't chuck it in the bin, he saved every piece of metal he could to reuse somewhere else within his idea. The Brompton A-lines that's available now, I say for 950 quid. That is the current guise of this bike. 950 notes, and you can do all of this for not a lot of money, and you could do all of this in stages for not a lot of money. At 950 quid you could, and what I think is the nice thing about the A-line actually is it comes with black extremities, which you can keep black. You can paint the frame any colour you want. You can sand it down, etch prime it and paint it any colour you want, or you can strip it down, have it sandblasted and have it repowder coated any colour you want. The only problem with having it repowder coated is you have to use an understanding company that does powder coating, and you have to be careful of hinge pins, threaded holes, bottom bracket threads, stuff like that. Most people leave screws in the holes. When it comes to building the bike up, they take they cut around the screws with a craft knife and build the bike from there. I don't want to go down the route of I want to have anything powder coated. If I was to change the colour, I'd paint it with 2-pack etch primer and 2-pack gloss colour, any colour you like. So thank you for looking at my finished for today Brompton B75. Thank you for coming along on all the other videos I've shown you. Absolutely outstanding in my opinion. Please let me know what you think. Please let me know what you would do. You don't have to spend 1,400 quid. You spend 950 quid, get it home, look at it, ride it, tailor it, do what you like, make it yours, cycle in style. Thank you for watching, guys.